To any fans left hoping for a revival of the recently belated game Concord, all three of you, we have some important news about the future of the game's developer Firewalk Studios. We'll get into it.
And with the release of Black Ops 6 on Game Pass last week, we had a lot of questions about sales. Well, the numbers are in. We're going to talk about all this stuff and so much more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest things happening in the video game industry. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, and podcast services everywhere. My name is E-Rock the Red, joined every week by this man right here, Full Clip. What's up, dude? How's it going?
What's up? Doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm trying to force the energy because I'm so like I'm down here, man. I'm trying to like make it seem like I'm up here. Does it seem forced? Does it seem natural?
Not at all.
I don't know. All right, yeah. But
welcome to where I am every week.
I got my coffee, dude. I'm I'm trying, man.
Again.
Yeah, but I am definitely hungover. And tired. I was playing video games all weekend, so I got lots to talk about. What about you? Anything good going on in your world?
Yeah, I think we should address the elephant in the room, Black Ops 6. I just got it this past Monday on Game Pass. I've been playing the hell out of it as I get time. So currently, like, to tell you how much I've enjoyed playing it and have eked in those hours, I'm about to hit, like, first prestige tonight with a moderate amount of grinding. I've got 3 gold guns working on a 4th. I've almost got my diamond launchers, and yeah, it's I'm falling right back into the grind.
You are, absolutely. Especially with Nuketown being released last week. You're just doing that over and over again?
I am, but man, it's a heavy, sweaty grind in hardcore modes on Nuketown because I don't know, it might be my connection, but it's like as soon as an enemy is on my screen, I'm getting one-shotted every time. Which that's that's hardcore. So maybe I would deal a little bit better with like regular core and the time to kill being increased a little bit.
Yeah, or just not that map, because even in regular with that map, dude, like you spawn around enemies like a lot because it's so small, you know?
Yeah, so, and it's pretty chaotic. There's really like 3 lanes to that map, and it's all like mid-range combat for the most part. And yeah, I'm working on the camos, as I said, so a lot of it's like get 30 hip fire kills, and that map is not really helping out in that grind. So it's getting a little frustrating there. But then again, I switch over to a regular hardcore mode, and then I've got like the biggest maps in the world to try and get hip fire kills on, and that's not going to work either. So there's ups and downs, peaks and valleys to the camo grind, but I'm enjoying it overall.
Nice. Yeah, what do you think of the new maps?
For the most part, I've enjoyed them. None really stand out as like stellar to me. I was surprised by the lack of remake maps, and I'm kind of glad they held off a week or so to put out Nuketown again, but I'm sure we're going to be seeing like I guess Rust is more of an Infinity Ward.
It was on when I was playing Modern Warfare 3. That one was on there. I don't know what they're planning on bringing back or whatever, but so far, the new ones, dude, I'm really digging them. Once I kind of got the lay of the maps, the best spots, the blind spots, and that sort of thing, I was like, these are very well made. Like, you're not open to snipers all the time. It's, there's definitely ways to move and maneuver. I'm seeing a lot less people just flopping around using that omnidirectional thing now that people are kind of getting the hang of that more. So, dude, it's a good game. It's I know we were skeptical coming in, and I think I'm gonna, once I take a break from if I get sick of multiplayer, I do think I'm gonna try the campaign on this one too, because I've been hearing great things and it looks cool. So yeah, dude, good stuff. We gotta play together. I saw you on there the one night as I was about to go to bed, and you were like still on playing, and I was like, I gotta hit you up now that, because all of a sudden it was like, yeah, you have one friend. I don't even remember must have been a while ago that I friended you on the Xbox, because you haven't played on Game Pass in a long time, right?
No, I skipped last generation completely. I did play Vanguard, and then I think I got into the one after Vanguard, but I mean, I can't even remember what it is, so who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I can't believe how what level you are already. That's pretty great. I played a bunch of that. Still trying to go back and forth between that and Metaphor. Still having a blast playing Metaphor Refantasio. So we didn't talk since Halloween. Leading up to Halloween, I played some Amanda the Adventurer 2. I talked about it a little bit a week ago. And if you're not familiar with this game, if you like puzzle games or horror games, dude, the Amanda the Adventurer series is such a value. The first one you could get for like $3. The new one is less than $10. And they are some of the creepiest puzzle games out, because of the way it juxtapositions, like, it's about finding these, like, this TV show with this little girl. It's like a Dora the Explorer type situation, but then it's like she's like real creepy, and there's gore and real subtle things. So it's got all the types of creepiness. And this one, it's just more of the same. I think I still prefer the first one because it was a little bit more simple, but this one has it's just more puzzles, and the puzzles are super hard. There were a couple I had to look up because I was like, dude, I'm stuck. So I found a walkthrough, and I was like, oh, okay. And great games. Definitely recommend those. Those set me up for Halloween. What else? Vampire Hunters. I put out a TikTok about my love for this new game, Vampire Hunters. It's like a first-person vampire survivors game. Yeah. Addicted to that, dude. Anytime I can, I'm in there playing that, trying to like so it's like a roguelite, where same thing as Vampire Survivors. You try to last as long as you can with these waves and waves of enemies coming at you. The cool thing about this one, though, is you could have 14 weapons at once, and they just stack. So you see them all on the screen. So you could have 14 machine guns, and they're just mowing people down, but it gets considerably harder. But then when you die, you get, you have points, and you can do permanent upgrades. So every round it gets easier. Addicted to that game, dude. It is a lot of fun, and it plays great on the Steam Deck.
Nice. So I saw your TikTok about it. That's the first I'd heard of it. What is the style of it again? Is it like 3/4 bullet hell?
It's first-person shooter. Gotcha. Yeah, so it's very, and then like kind of like retro graphics, like maybe like PS2 kind of era graphics. But the soundtrack is banging. The weapons that you get there's some ridiculous ones. There's like a holy water like cannon. There's a crucifix boomerang. There's just machine guns. There's a meteor you could call to like smash stuff. It's dude, it's fun, man. It's a lot of fun, and it's hard. But every round you gradually get better. So that one's a lot of fun. And then I played one of our new releases. So we'll wait. We'll talk about that then. Anything else until we get this moving along? Keep talking about Black Ops more?
Oh, yeah.
No?
I can talk about it for hours.
All right. Let's get in to our new releases from this past week. All right, first up, Life is Strange Double Exposure came out October 29th on PC, PS5, and Xbox X and S. This is a sequel to the 2015 game. It's the character Max Caulfield back again. She's got powers. It's like a, what are they? Like a point and click kind of adventure game, visual novel, whatever you call these type of games. But this one, she has the ability to travel between two timelines. This is like a new power she has since the first one, and she's trying to investigate her friend's murder. Have you ever played the Life is Strange series?
No, not really my style.
That's not your thing. I knew as I asked it, I'm like, I know the answer. I don't know why I'm asking this question. They're great. So there was Life is Strange, and then there was a like kind of spin-off type thing, and now this one is the official sequel, done by a different developer though. The first one was Don't Nod. But anyways, it's still good. It's getting mixed reviews. You got a lot of purists from the Life is Strange world, a little bit unhappy with how this one is unfolding. But as far as gameplay goes, it's getting great reviews, saying it's a fantastic game. A lot of the ones that are saying negative things about it say, like, if you take the Life is Strange title off of it and just have it as like a separate character or whatever, it'd be a fantastic game. But they're upset about how their characters are being treated. And then the soundtrack is amazing. I want to get it just to listen to that sweet soundtrack. So it's on the wish list.
I went back and I watched the trailer that sort of explains the way that this game is going to play, and they show how your character can see sort of both timelines, and their ability is to change the past or the future.
Yeah.
And
it's cool.
It seems interesting. It seems like more of a puzzle game than the ones before it, from what I've seen of them. And I think I would be more interested in playing this one than the past titles, just because it seems like it's a little more complicated. There's more to figure out.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. It does seem like it's more less just a narrative, and there's more actual gameplay.
Yeah.
So
some stimulation in there. That'd be good.
Right. All right, next up, Dragon Age: The Veilguard came out October 31st on PC, PS5, Xbox S, and X. This is the one we've all been waiting for, although I did not pick it up. I got too much going on. And no new game November. But I'm hoping for... Does Black Friday count? Can I buy games on Black Friday if there's a sweet deal? That's against the rules for no new game November. I got to rethink that. But this is a single-player action role-playing game. You got a team of 7 companions that you're leading through this story. It's a very linear story. But you started off, it's got to create your character. Great created character thing. You could pick from 3 different classes: warrior, mage, and rogue. You can pick your race, that sort of thing, all that good stuff. And then throughout, you've got this amazing skill tree. You pick what kind of style you want to play as. I've been reading all the reviews, and they are all over the place. The consensus right now, Metacritic has it at an 84. But yeah, reading reviews from every place, it's kind of hard, because some of them, one of the problems with the game, and it's not really a problem, one of the issues that people have is that the game is very woke. You can, have trans characters and that sort of thing. So some of the really negative reviews, the ones you could see right through it, that they're upset that it's woke, as they say.
Options, so woke.
Yeah, but it's weird. Some of the reviews are legitimate, saying like the gameplay is just not that good, and then you look at another one, and it's like, this is the best BioWare game ever. They're saying better than all the Mass Effects, the previous Dragon Ages. So it's hard to really get an idea of where it's at. I think this is when you have to find a reviewer that you are a fan of personally. Their style of games, what they've done, not just like IGN gave it a 9, because IGN gave it a 9, but IGN also gives shitty reviews to some great games. So it's like, you got to look at the reviewers on these. So yeah, it's, who knows, but I'm going to get it, maybe next month or whatever. I'm very, very excited to play all the gameplay that I've seen. I started harding things on TikTok of Dragon Age gameplay. Now that's all my algorithm is. It's just Dragon Age gameplay. So it looks great. I'm super excited. So we'll get in there eventually, and I'll report back. And then you'll have me telling you how it is, and that's all that matters. All right, and then last up, Pokemon trading card game Pocket came out October 31st on iOS and Android. This is the one I was excited for. This one. Did you get this?
No, I didn't. I'm considering it. I just need to know a little more.
Get it, dude, because it's like, okay, what it is, it's basically just having Pokemon cards, digital versions of them. Now, I've never been a Pokemon card collector or game player. My son keeps buying Pokemon cards. He doesn't know how to play the game. He just likes to look at the pictures. So this is the kind of perfect thing. You get 2 packs a day for free. And you just open them, you get all your cards or whatever. There's missions within the game. It's like open 2 packs or complete this set. And then you'll get rewarded with stuff, and you might even get more packs to choose from. So that's kind of fun if you're a fan of like doing the daily missions. Get 60 of these cards and that sort of thing. But the cool thing is that I'm really enjoying is that you can then play the game as intended, which I never thought I would do, just because you look at the cards, I'm like, I don't know what any of this shit means. Like, it's like so foreign to me. I've never played the video games or whatever, but as a deck battle fan, deck builder games, I'm really enjoying playing the game and doing that sort of thing. So that's really cool. They're going to open up trades to friends eventually, so you could trade cards and that sort of thing. But it's a really cool game. You can, I'm sure, spend a lot of money in this, but I have no intentions to, and I think I'll be fine. So they give you a lot of free cards. So and we've gotten a bunch of like good rare cards already too. So yeah, no reason not to get it, I feel, unless you have self-control problems and you feel like you're gonna like, I need all the cards, and then you'll spend like all this money. But for free, I think it's a fun Pokemon game.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up playing the Pokemon cards as soon as that first movie came out and stuff. Yeah, like you said, me and my cousins who played together just kind of made up our own rules because we never, like when you're 9 or 10, you don't really comprehend what you're reading in the rule book. So yeah, we did that for the most part in real life, but I also had the OG of this game, the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color. And that was a lot of fun. So you did kind of the same thing, except like you'd go and battle the gym trainers and stuff like that. It's set up kind of like the gym system in the regular Pokemon games on Game Boy. And you'd open packs, you'd get cards, you'd build your deck. And so I could see this being a lot of fun as like the modern version of that. The only thing is, I've not been into Pokemon since like the second generation, and I'm afraid I'm going to get lost with all of these new cards, new mechanics, and things like that. And I like the idea of opening the packs and trying to get like holographics and stuff like that. I know a lot of people who are getting into this game, and my only questions before I would get into it is like, what is the monetization scheme on there? Are you allowed to play like as many games as you want to? And can you play against people you know?
Yep. So those things, you have a friends list, play against them. You could play just, regular games against the AI or just randos as well. I've only just been playing against the computer, trying to figure it out. There's different levels. So you'd go through the tutorial, and then this is the basics, and then there's a more advanced tutorial. And then the same thing goes for like, this is basic play, real easy. But every time you play against the computer, you're getting rewards too. So you're getting more stuff to buy cards or buy packs and that sort of thing. So you're rewarded throughout a lot, quite a bit, so that I could go and I could buy a ton of packs right now if I wanted to, but I'm just kind of like, I'm fine with, my 2 or 3 a day right now, until maybe an event comes where I want like a special card that they're offering. So yeah, it's enjoyable and for free, and kind of getting to, play it with my son and see what the heck these Pokemon do or are. It's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. All right, that's it for our new releases from this past week. Oh, before we end, I just want to also mention, there were a couple of re-releases. Red Dead Redemption is now out on PC. Go check that out. I guess it's running really well. I've seen people say it's running great on the Steam Deck and on regular PCs. And then also Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered is now out on PC and PS5. So upgraded version of that available to play on PC and PS5. So both games doing really well. Both running great, look great. Had to mention those because, fantastic games that you can now play if you didn't have a chance to play them previously. All right, now we got to move along. We got a lot of news to talk about. It's our news of the week. All right, last week we had a lot of questions regarding the sales of Black Ops 6. It's the first time it's been day and date on Game Pass. So we were, leading up to that, we had a lot of questions about how it was going to do as far as sales, as far as Game Pass, and supposedly It did really well. So Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said last week's launch of Black Ops 6 was the biggest Call of Duty release ever, setting a record for day one players as well as Game Pass subscriber adds on launch day. Unit sales on PlayStation and Steam were also up over 60% year over year. So, I mean, the percentage, it was up against Modern Warfare 3. So it's like, I mean, it's apples to oranges right there, you know?
Yeah.
Glorified DLC. But the fact that we still saw super high sales on Steam and PlayStation 5, as well as Game Pass subscribers going on there, great news for Microsoft, great news for Activision. So yeah, sales look good. It seems to be doing well. The experiment, we got some results. What do you think? Is this in line with what you thought was going to happen?
Yeah, I figured so. I mean, I think they're still working on the preliminary data, and they need to probably see how many people are still subscribed to Game Pass going forward after this. But I mean, if you think about all the new players this had the potential to bring in just by putting it on Game Pass and PC Game Pass, if those people pick up the game and play it for the 1 month and then cancel their subscriptions, that's still probably a lot of money when you're talking about 100,000 people doing that.
Absolutely.
And it's no loss to them. It's just a few like gigs worth of data to transfer that they have to pay for, because a new copy of the game doesn't actually cost them anything. And as long as they can have that initial base still there and all the sales that they would still have had otherwise without putting it on Game Pass, it's a net win. Now, I don't know if that's sustainable for the future, but I mean, we'll see.
And that's not even talking about microtransactions within the game. You know, for that 1 month, you know, someone maybe wants some cool skins or whatever. You know, they're spending money in there, or they're buying the battle pass or whatever. But yeah, someone like me, where like I have 3 years paid for of Game Pass. So like for me, it's just, I'm not adding anything to that right now. It's just there for me. And I think that's really cool too. Like friends of mine, I was like, yeah, I was going to play Black Ops. And they're like, you bought it? And I was like, well, I just have it. I have Game Pass.
Yeah.
So it's just, I have it already. So that's never been a thing before. It's always been like, are you spending $70 this year to get to get Black Ops, you know? And previously it's been like, I don't know. It's really cool just having that. So, you know, again, I'll say this. I recommend there's a conversion thing. You could buy multiple years of the core, convert it into 3 years, and it's like $150 and you got it for a long time. So definitely that's the way to go. It's like paying for 3 games. But anyways, I digress. I think it's gonna be fair. I think especially with how good it is, if you're talking about these people that sign up for 1 month and then they're playing this, I don't think I'm gonna be sick of it by the end of a month. I think I'm gonna want to keep playing it. Especially if they're introducing more maps. And, you know, if you're even a fan of the zombies mode, which is getting great reviews. So I think people are going to be paying more than just 1 month for the subscription. I think it's going to ultimately end up doing really well for them. So, yeah, very cool. One part of this, though, it's not, not the best news for Microsoft. The QA people over at Activision have recently been told that they have to go back into work. They've been working from home all this time. You know, they put together this fantastic game from Microsoft Activision, and now the demand for them to return to the office is there, and they're striking. They are walking out saying no, they will not go back, because not only is this including, you know, able-bodied people that have, you know, that can go to the office. This is people that have been given doctor's notes that they are, you know, ill and they need to work from home, or with disabilities that they cannot go into the office, are being told that they need to go into the office. And now people in the industry, people, specifically the union, A Better ABK, are saying that this is unfair, and they're calling it soft layoffs. Basically saying that Activision, Microsoft expect people to just quit because they can't physically or don't want to return to the office. So it's really interesting, man. It's so unfortunate that we always hear about this affecting the QA department right after they're done with them. You know, it's like, here, test this game, work 70 hours a week, make sure that it's flawless. And then when you're done, you know, you're fired.
Right. And it's not even the first time for Call of Duty or Warzone specifically, I guess, when we were talking about Raven. It was them last time on the chopping block. And you use them up and then you get rid of them. That's the way of the gaming industry. And it seems like such a cool job. It's like your dream job when you're a kid. I want to play video games and test them out for a living.
Right.
But like, this is how you get treated in reality. So no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully they'll be able to figure this out because, I mean, I get like the people like that have just been working from, this is a job where you can work it from home. Like, what do you need to be in an office for to play a video game? You know, it makes no sense. And I get like there's some people that just don't want to go into the office, but the fact that they're, you know, the disabled employees and people that have remote work accommodations are saying, no, you know, fuck you, get into the office. It's crazy.
And I think this is, it goes even beyond the gaming industry. It's just office culture right now all over the place. I mean, I've seen it at my own workplace. It's just almost like an overcompensation. It's like we have to have everything or nothing, and it's not going to be nothing. So, yeah, I've seen people leave the job because they should 100% be able to work from home or work remotely, or at least do like most of it remotely. But they've drawn this hardline stance of like everybody has to be back or nothing. And it's ridiculous. It doesn't need to be like that. And I think, on the flip side, if you got onto a job before COVID happened, before we started going to more of a hybrid system, and then you bought a house in a remote island in Fiji thinking that it was never going to be reversed.
Sure.
It's a little bit on you. So I'm not putting these companies completely at blame for some of this, but at the same time, they're being a little overbearing with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. It's weird how it wavers back and forth all the time. So, we'll hopefully have more information about this as it develops. Another bummer of one. Sony has shuttered Neon Koi and Firewalk Studios, resulting in about 210 people being let go. Now, Neon Koi was a mobile developer for them. About 38 people were let go from there. But the big one, Firewalk, 172 people lost their jobs. And it's entirely from the release of Concord and how that game just didn't fly, man. And I've recently come to find out, they spent close to $400 million on this game. And the fact that they just walked away and shuttered the studio kind of blows my mind that they didn't try to recoup some of this as a free-to-play model. The game is done. It wasn't a bad game. The reviews of the game were good. It just didn't vibe with players, the style of the game, the aesthetic, the gameplay, like it wasn't hitting. I played the beta, and as a fan of hero shooters, I absolutely would have played the hell out of this game under a free-to-play model and probably bought better skins for it because the character models were doo-doo. But it's crazy to me. Instead, they just shuttered it. So
I'm just left with more questions after that. Why the hell did it cost $400 million to produce that game? Because I've seen better games produced by a small team of like 10 people.
Absolutely.
What was Palworld? What was the number they gave? Like $10,000?
It was something. It was something ridiculous.
It cannot cost that much, and that's not sustainable anyway. So maybe some of this shit has to happen for things to change a little bit. But at the same time, if you're the parent company or whatever over Firewalk Studios and you're $400 million in, don't you think it'd be better to spend like another $2 million and convert it to free to play? And you had all of the publicity in the world around your game. Everybody knows the name Concord. Why throw that in the trash?
Exactly. People, I think, just out of curiosity would have downloaded it and checked it out just because it became a meme, and it was like listen, I gotta check. I gotta see what this is all about. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was basically like Herman Hulse. He didn't really give much information. He's the CEO of PlayStation Studios. He just said, we consistently evaluate our games portfolio and status of our projects to ensure we are meeting near and long-term business priorities. As part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen the SIE studio business, we had to make the difficult decision. After much thought, we have determined the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game in regards to Concord. I want to thank all of Firewalk for their craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. I know none of this is easy news to hear, particularly with colleagues and friends departing SIE. Both decisions were given serious thought, and ultimately we feel they are the right ones to strengthen the organization. So, no real reason other than maybe they were embarrassed. And they're just trying to forget about this whole thing. But yeah, crazy to me that they just took this finished game and tossed it.
Right.
But
it's a damn shame, especially like you say, like there's nothing wrong with the game. It's just we're in an oversaturated market, and I think we're at the beginning of a gaming crash. I think because there's just so much. Yeah. It's costing so much to do these big productions. And as gamers, we only have so much of an attention span. We only have so much time, so much money.
Yep. Yeah, no, and it's true. And if I don't know if it'd be different if they moved the staff to other games too, to try to like, just the fact that like, it was such a knee-jerk reaction, I believe still, to shut it down a week after it came out, discontinue the sales from stores, like just everything. I don't know. It was a bad game, sure, but we've seen a lot of bad games out there in the world being played. Like, it catches on with some people, it doesn't with others. Yeah, it never ever did. So,
right. If Fortnite would not be what it was today if they would have shut it down in the first month of it being out.
Absolutely, yeah. Fortnite was considered a failure. Obviously, a much cheaper one. It didn't cost them nearly that much money. Now, I don't know how much it would have cost to continue to stand behind Concord or whatever, but to run the servers and have upgrades and stuff like that, even if there were very few updates. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a businessman, but it's just the whole thing seemed weird. All right, more news out of PlayStation Plus. The November PlayStation Plus games were announced with some good ones, man. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Death Note Killer Within, all being released this November onto PlayStation Plus. The Death Note one, that was the only one I had not heard of. Ghostwire Tokyo, I've been wanting to play for a while, so excited to check that out. And then the Hot Wheels are fun, arcade racer games. But the Death Note is a online social deduction game for up to 10 players. You have to figure out each other's identities and eliminate L, who threatens Kira's power or sees the Death Note. You ever watch Death Note?
I saw like part of the live action movie on Netflix.
Yeah, I always
not
have people,
the anime.
Yeah, recommending it. They're like, it's great anime. So, good games coming to PlayStation Plus this November.
And by the way, if you don't have a PlayStation, you're a PC bro. Ghostwire Tokyo is free again on Epic Games Store right now. Yeah. Along with there's a prop hunt game on there called Witch It. Looks a little underdeveloped, but could be fun.
Could be fun. All right, but they won't, discontinue that and sunset the whole thing if it's not.
Not at all.
All right, we just had the release of Dragon Age Veilguard. People saying that's like the last big game coming out this year. Still a ton of great games though coming this year. Indiana Jones comes out in December. Microsoft Flight Simulator November. Mario and Luigi Brothership comes out next week. Marvel Rivals comes out December 6th or 8th or something. A lot of great games. And
Storage
one
Simulator.
more, baby. Which one?
Storage Simulator.
Storage. I think that one's out.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
I saw someone
something.
Maybe it was. I saw someone playing it on like Twitch or TikTok Live. It looks exactly as we expected. But no, there was one major game we just got a release date for. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind had a release date trailer showing a release date of December 10th. Get hype. This game actually looks surprisingly amazing. Like the amount of different types of gameplay within this like 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up, it looks fun. If you're a fan of Power Rangers or if you're not, I think it's going to be a good game. Are you a fan of Power Rangers?
We see, growing up, yeah, I was, except, I had an older sister who liked to not let me watch Power Rangers and told me that Y7 meant you had to be 7, and then I turned 7, Y7 meant it's only for people over the age of 7. So my prime Power Ranger years cut short by an older sister, unfortunately. But yeah, all these retro titles like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all of these are getting this retro arcade style treatment. And we're seeing almost what looks like the same game over and over. And this one, like you said, changes. It sort of breaks the mold there with the different styles of gameplay. It even had like a first-person punch-out style thing in the Megazord.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I'm looking forward to seeing what else is in there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a banger. I'm excited. And it looks like the perfect game to have on my Steam Deck, too. So I'm excited for December 10th to check that out. If I could pull myself away from Marvel Rivals, because I'm so excited, dude. We're getting so close, but so far. All right, and then last up, movie news. The game Outlast, which I consider to be probably my top 3 scariest video games I've ever played, is being made into a movie from studio Lionsgate, the studio behind Saw. They are planning to turn that into a video or a movie series. Hopefully, we'll get a whole. And it's the first game is pretty much just like a movie. It's the story is all there. You're, press going into like this old asylum to try to figure out what the hell happened, and see what's going on. But I'm excited. It's going to be, if it captures at least a part of the scariness of, the game, dude, it's going to be fantastic. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I've not played the game, but I'd check out the movie, and maybe that'll lead some people into playing the game for the first time. Yeah,
do it. It's a fun game, dude. It's if you like to be scared out of your pants, it's a fun game. It's definitely one where I'm just like, oh, okay, because it's one of those night vision games where everything has that green thing. Oh, scary. But quickly, a quote from the studio says, when Outlast launched in 2012, it changed the landscape of horror gaming, setting a new standard for immersion in the genre. Its deep, emergent lore has provided a perfect foundation for creating a film that delves into the psychological and physical horrors at the core of the franchise. I'm excited to bring this unique world to life for both new viewers and the series' dedicated fans. So, absolutely. It's going to be fantastic. Look for that, probably 3 years from now. I don't know. But yeah, it's a great game. That's all I got. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. It's everything for the week.
That is it. So this will be out Monday. Make sure if you are registered to vote, go vote. Tuesday is election day. Go vote for our future. One side wants to get rid of video games. The orange side. The orange side wants to get rid of violent video games. The other side doesn't. It's that simple. Vote for video games. Go do that. Also, check us out on TikTok. New stuff every day over there. Trying to keep up with all the kids with their dances and stuff like that. But just gaming news. It's all we could offer. And then find us on YouTube at Pop Culture Playground. Hit subscribe. You can have this video full of all the fun trailers. This Mighty Morphin Power Rangers trailer. Bam! It was right there. You saw it as we were talking about it. Amazing. The future is now. If you can't do that, though, anywhere podcasts are found, GNW, type it into the search thing. Hit subscribe to the first thing that comes up. which should still be Gaming News Weekly. I haven't checked in a while. But subscribe there. That way, every Monday, you'll have this podcast ready to go. And you can stay up to date on all the things happening in the gaming industry with all your friends at work, at the gym, at school, anywhere you have friends. We're there. Anything else?
No, that's it. Let's get back to Black Ops 6.
Go get it. It's time for you to prestige. And then I'll see you after. I'll wait until after you prestige when you're back down to nothing, and then I'll play with you and smoke you. All right. Oh. I mean, we'll be great on a team. All right, we're out of here. Thanks so much. See you next week. Bye bye.